Welcome. Today I'll be going over how to convert from an improper fraction to a mixed number. In a fraction, you have a numerator, which is your top number, and then a denominator, which is your bottom number. When you have an improper fraction, that is when you have a larger number on the top. So your numerator is larger than the denominator. So I have 3 problems on the board, and we'll go through it one at a time. So the first problem on the board is 13 over 5. So your 13 is the numerator, and then 5 is your denominator. So in what we do is, in this case, we would take 13 divided by 5. So I'm going to go ahead and write it out like a division problem. So 13 divided by 5. You figure out how many times can a 5 go into 13. So in this case, it's 2. So if you take 2 times 5, that's 10. And you have a remainder of 3. So your 2 becomes your whole number, and then your remainder becomes your numerator, which is the top number, and then the bottom number remains the same. So you have 2 and 3/5 as your mixed number for the first problem. Okay, so now let's move on to the second problem. We have 22 over 7. So again, your top number is bigger, so that means it's an improper fraction, and you have to convert it to a mixed number. So let's go ahead and take 22 divided by 7. So how many times can a 7 go into 22? Which is 3 times. So if you take 3 times 7, it's 21. You subtract that, and you have a remainder of 1. And I'm just writing out an R for a remainder. Okay, so now let's go ahead and write it out here. So 3 becomes your whole number, and then you have a 1 remainder, which becomes your top number or your numerator, and then the denominator, which is your bottom number, remains the same, which is 7. Okay, so now let's move on to our third problem, which is 52 over 8. Okay, so again, let's go ahead and write it out like a division problem. So we're going to take 52 divided by 8. Okay, so how many times can an 8 go into 52? Which is 6. So if you take 6 times 8, that gets us to 48. You subtract that from the 52, and the remainder is 4. So now let's go ahead and write out our mixed number, which is going to be 6 as your whole number. The remainder of 4 is your numerator, which is the top number. And then your denominator, which is the bottom number, remains the same. 6 4 8. But notice that 4 8s have a common multiple. So you can actually simplify this even further. So if we take this divided by 4, this divided by 4. I'm going to go ahead and write it on the bottom because I'm running out of room. So we're going to do 6 as your whole number. And then if we take 4 divided by 4, that is 1. And then 8 divided by 4 is 4. So the reason why you take both numbers, the top and the bottom divided by 4, is whatever you do to the bottom number, you have to do the same thing to the top number. So that's, and then when you find a common multiple, then that means that you can actually simplify it further. And that's why we did divided by 4, which is your highest common multiple. Okay, so now answer to our third problem is 6 and 1/4. If this video was helpful to you, please press the like button so my video can reach more people, and make sure you subscribe for more videos.